At 19th and Brown, I have no idea, it was only by God's design. And I saw an old friend, and he was the director of the rec center, the supervisor. And so I said, well, do you have an after-school program? He said, yes. I said, well, I'll be back tomorrow. He thought I was just coming to visit. But what I was there for was to volunteer, and I found out that by giving back and working with the children, man, that brought so much life into me, and within months, I was in a different place and space. I wrote a play for the kids. That was my first play that was actually performed, called Old School Thing with a New School Twang. And it was about the kids talking about Black history characters, and I specifically created each role for each individual student. And one day during the after-school tutoring sessions, I saw an ad for a class, for an acting class. I'm like, well, why not? I've always known I was supposed to have my name in lights, so why not? I went and during the time that we were waiting for the other people to arrive, because you know people are always late, he handed me a book and he asked me to read, and I read, and the person who had written this piece, what she had written had touched me so deep and hit so many painful parts in my own life that I couldn't help but bring out true emotion as I was reading. And when I finished, you know, and I got myself together, stopped crying, they said, would you like to be in our play? Oh God, please send me a do right man. And lo and behold, my first professional acting role, I was the lead actress. And then I went back to Fresh Visions Youth Theater. I became affiliated with Fresh Visions Youth Theater in 1996. Now this is an awesome group of young people. My first play that I ever produced was Coco Brown and the Seven Homies. It was for the Westchester NAACP, and it was the largest fundraiser for our group. It beat the Freedom Fund Luncheon, which is supposed to be each branch's main fundraising event, which brings in the most money. And I was really excited about that. I was able to get someone to videotape it for free. I was able to get an interview with the theater, the director, Bruce Robinson, on Suburban Cable. It's now Comcast or Xfinity, whatever it is now. And so then that's when life got hard and things started happening. But I kept dreaming. And then, as I said, I ended up at Francisville Rec Center when I was supposed to be a Temple bookstore, and that just opened a whole new world for me. And then I met a man named Jesse Epps, who is a friend of Dr. Martin Luther King. He's one of the 3 men that organized the 1968 sanitation workers strike in Memphis. And I became a special assistant, and then I became a spokesperson. So now I'm speaking in front of crowds, and the first time I spoke, I had no idea that there were over 500 people there, because I probably would have been nervous. But I spoke to the crowd, and I started getting my confidence up. And then I just kept continuing to do things. I was with Fresh Visions each week. But unfortunately, while I was with Jesse Epps in the American Rebirth Tour, I found out that they were taking advantage of my gifts and my talents and the God in me. And when things got bad and I refused to go along, to get along, and I stood on my morals, my values, my principles, and I was a woman of integrity, they flipped the script on me and they did all manner of ill things to me, so I was unable to continue with the children. But there was a silver lining in that, because I was being nosy on Facebook. I said, let me see what's out here. And I saw that they had auditioned Facebook page that Darryl Shanks created, so I said, let me go on that. And I did that, and I went to an audition for Bethel-based Garden of Eden Productions, and my first role with her, this was my, one of my actors, one of my co-actors. I was one of the co-stars in that play, and that was really awesome, and I met some wonderful people. Mark Holliday played, he's here, Mark was my granddaughter's boyfriend in that production. And so then I did, with the Garden of Eden, I did The Judgment, I did the Aftermath Revelations, and we did a short film, I'm not sure, a documentary. So since I wasn't with the children, I've taken things on for myself, and I was getting a lot of work, and I've done a lot of work in the last couple of months, last 2 years, believe it or not. And then I was at the Walnut Street Theater in May, when that's the oldest and longest continuously running English-speaking theater in the country. So that was a really prestigious thing, and now I'll be at the Kimmel Center in October. So, and I have another project, but again being nosy on Facebook last February, so let me see what's out here, and I saw that Elements Media Networks was looking for people to write for TV. Oh, I could do that. I said, you know, I've been dying to do that. My perfect opportunity. So I contacted Dallas Shanks, and I told him I was interested, and he said, hey, can you do this? I said, well, I wrote a play. He said, well, TV is different than plays. And I'm like, I know. I said, but I'm confident that I can do this. You know, just tell me what to do. And so he said, send me a synopsis. I'm like, oh my God, what's a synopsis? Thank God for Google. So I Googled it, and I found the format, and I sent him something, and he said, okay, great work. And then he said, send me a scene. I'm like, oh my God, how do I set this up? Thank God for Google again. And I found the format, and I submitted something, and a whole long month went by before I got the call that they were accepting me as a writer. And they told me to create my own television series. What they wanted me to do, it had to do with children, with teenagers, and I am so disconnected that I had to turn it down because I wanted to be real. Everything I do has to be real. It has to hit people where they are. And hopefully if you're in a bad place, bring you out. And if you're a good place, see that things are different in other people's lives and become compassionate. And then also I give information. And so with that, I came up with A Lifetime of Harmony. And Lifetime of Harmony is about artist liaison, Harmony Steele, and an entertainment attorney called Geronimo Mosley. And they meet by mistake, and they hit it off. But what I decided for this project I was going to do was have a soundtrack, because in my TV series, A Lifetime of Harmony, there's a featured artist, at least one featured artist in every episode. Now, whether you're rapping, whether you're an actor, a spoken word artist, a singing group, there's something for you to do. And I was at a rehearsal one day, and this gentleman here, Vincent Edgefield Q, I'm sorry, Q, came, and after, I don't know if it was the first session, but eventually we spoke, and he told me about that he and Mr. Erie Park sitting right there do music, and they approached me. And so I said, I would love to work with you. And so we got together, and they created some wonderful, awesome songs for me. So we're co-producers on the soundtracks for those, and with the that soundtrack for that particular one will be co-produced. But they also work with me on a song for my documentary called We Are the Storm, Victory in Three-Part Harmony, which will talk about the Million Woman March, the 20th anniversary for the Million Woman March. The Raising Up the Mother of Civilization will happen this October. And I wanted something to send to the director, to the founder, to get her to get on board with my idea and give me a heads up. So I took the song that we hadn't laid down the track sheet for the spoken word portion, but I took my time and I put together all these powerful images, and I created a video. So with my memorandum of understanding, I sent the video, and I'm in church on Mother's Day expecting a blessing, not knowing I was going to, and I should have been on my phone during service, I know. But I looked down, I got a text, and she said, I love it, we're going to use your video as a promo. And mind you, I hadn't even put in the words to it yet. It's so much more powerful now that we have the words, and I have to thank Q for helping with the cadence of that, because I was really nervous, but he helped me. They're really great guys. So I also have a television show called 5800 Hope Street. And 5800 Hope Street is about a family, the Alexander family, and there's Graham and there's Daddy Mac, and they're the cornerstone of the community. And in their home will come people. They may come for a couple of hours, they may come for a night, they may be there for a year. But this is the family that's, like I said, the cornerstone of the neighborhood. This is where you come and you get fed spiritually, emotionally. If you need a kick in your butt, you'll get that too. And then, what else? I have the thing that doesn't exist. Now, along with myself, Erie Parks and Q Poet are creators on that, but I'm the executive director, and I'm the executive producer for that, and I'm the writer. And so that stars Mr. John Ware, Bobby D, and Mr. Mark Holliday. They're the two main characters. Yes, I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud of the fact that I'm using artists in Philadelphia, and artists that I've known and know their work. So, and they're both great and talented actors. And then, like I said, the documentary is titled We Are the Storm, Victory in Three-Part Harmony. And the reason I call it Victory in Three-Part Harmony is because I talk about the past, our past history in this country as black women, what's going on right now as black women and what we as black women can do to make sure that our future is secured in our youth. So that's why it's three-part harmony. And as I said, each project comes with a soundtrack. And I have a music director, many of you know him, Chris Nelson, with Our Time Entertainment. And he's an awesome young man. And then I have partnered with my mentor and great buddy, William Hart, who is the lead singer for the Delphonics. And so all my soundtracks will come from La La Records. And I found out Monday that I'm now vice president for Elements Media Network.
Gotcha.
And what's so exciting about that is, praise God, I went to church Sunday. I went to church, and between services, I went down to Sister Shirley's neighborhood to get one of those good hoagies from her, and on the way back, I heard the Holy Spirit say, ask Howard for stock in this company. And I'm like, oh, no problem, I will. And then Monday he called me and said, you're a vice president and I'm giving you stock. So I didn't have to tell him or ask for it. But if I hadn't been in my place. But the thing is, no matter what you go through, where you are in life, because I'm here to tell you, I was down, I was lower than I ever could imagine ever being. I mean, there was a point where I was just out there because I was self-medicating to hide from all the pain and the things. And once I got over those things, I was still holding on to some stuff. I was holding on to guilt. I was holding on to anger. I was holding on to shame. I wasn't being forgiving. I was saying I forgave you, but I didn't truly forgive because I didn't forget. And they would cause me pain. Once I let those things go, then my life changed. And then I'm like, here I am, 54, and I've been, you know, in my eyes, at 25, I was supposed to be here. But that wasn't God's plan for me. I had to learn. And all that living, all that did was give me great stories to write about. And they're true stories. And so that's why they're going to be able to touch people at the heart and where they are. And anything that I do, my main goal is to touch somebody and give them a ray of hope and show them how to get out of where they are. And so that's basically what I do.
Thank you so much.
So we get the next person. Okay, you heard it. This is Gabrielle Nicole, right? So